Hey everybody. So, I don't know if you remember, but a while back I had a Leatherman rebar with a production defect on it, and it came with two serrated blades instead of a saw. Well, I'm a big Leatherman Wave fan, and I've been carrying that around here with me lately. It's the holidays, there's Christmas presents to put batteries in, there's packages to open and cut. I got to staring at my rebar and I got to staring at the Wave the other day, and I realized there's an almost identical set of jaws between them. So I figured, well, let's make ourselves a knife. So let me show you here. This is my Leatherman Wave with rebar jaws in it. And there they are. So I really like how it came out. Everything works on here. I did have to make some modifications to the knife, and I'm going to go over that here real quick with you. One, and not both, and I don't know why this is, but one of the studs here had red Loctite in it. I didn't have to use any heat to get it off, but I did end up stripping a torque off in it. It didn't do any damage to the stud though. Kudos to Leatherman for making good quality parts, and the tool I was using actually breaking, so that was quite good. The first thing that I ran into is with the knife completely closed, I could not get the main blade open. And I'll show you what's going on here with that. That's all fixed now, but for all of you who are familiar with how the lock works, let me show you the one side that still worked. You see those two bars right there? You see how they're touching right there? And I don't know what you want to call that, but let's call that, I don't know, that triangular piece of metal there. Those two bars ride on that, and when you open the knife, this little pin down here comes up, locking the knives in place when you have the pliers open. Alright, so the problem here on the plain edge side of the knife is the bars don't come together, and the reason for that is if you look in here, this set of plier jaws is slightly thicker, pushing on that, and it only does it on the one side. So what you have to do is, I got my Dremel out and just trimmed a little of it off. So it still mostly works. And I guess I shouldn't say it mostly works. It does work now with the modification. You'll see when you squeeze it shut, the locks don't come completely together, but the knife blade still opens just fine. And when you open the pliers, the knife is now locked. So you have to trim a little off in order to get that to work right. The other main thing I ran into is the knife wouldn't close all the way on the other side, and I think it's the other side, the side with the scissors. Yep. The scissors are actually too long, and you end up having to bob them. So you can see they're shortened here, and I had to reprofile them a little bit. They're still just as functional. They still cut paper. They're just a little shorter. The other thing you have to do is you have to trim the little finger pad. And I ended up trimming that with my Dremel, and I ended up polishing it just because I didn't want any rough edges, and it's all smooth now. And I polished this up here too, all that's smooth again. So there's that, and all that goes in and close. So anyway, that's the knife. I just wanted to show, oh, one more thing. The handles are so polished up. While I had my polisher out, I went and polished up the studs. So not a big thing, but that's the knife. I'm definitely liking it a lot more. That's a big thing to me. I don't know how many of you have owned a MultiTool and wrecked the jaws and you went, well, what do I do now besides file them to fix them? So there's my favorite Leatherman with removable jaws. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.